I had spent most of my career chasing rumors that never quite made it past the margins of bureaucracy, whispers of a black-eyed thing that stalked the marshes of northern, reports of a luminous silhouette seen over the tops of the spruce in the Yukon. I told my superiors that I was a scientist, not a myth collector. Yet the moment I lifted the thin, dust-caked lid of a forgotten reel in a secure vault beneath the Department of Defense's archival wing, the lines between the two blurred beyond recognition. The reel was labeled in a hand I could not place. Top secret, 20XX/07/18, field recording number TX-7. No index, no accompanying paperwork, only the stark bureaucratic warning in the red ink. Keep away from it. The caption, handwritten on the side of the metal case, read, "The twin-tailed creature, analog of a discovery of a mysterious creature, can be seen in a pile of leaves." I had never heard of a twin-tailed before. The term itself seemed absurd, evoking some children's cartoon monster. But the voice that crackled through the antique tape recorder was anything but childish.
"We're in the clearing now. The autumn wind is thick with the scent of damp pine and rot. The ground is a blanket of amber, gold, and bruised brown leaves. I'm standing at the edge of a small depression, what looks like a natural ditch, but the soil is compacted, as though something heavy pressed down here for weeks. We have a visual on it. It's not moving like any animal I've studied. Its head is low, almost buried in the leaf litter, but two thin, hair-like tendrils rise from its back, each ending in a flickering filament that glows a pale phosphorescent blue. It's watching us. You can feel its gaze, even though it's not looking directly at us. It's a twin-tail, literally."
The narrator's voice, low, clipped, a field operative's, was barely audible over the hiss of static.
"It's not dead. The heartbeat monitor we rigged to the ground. Look at the spikes. There's a rhythm, a low thrum underneath the rustle of leaves. The thing is alive, but it doesn't breathe in the conventional sense. Its skin, if you can call it skin, shimmered with a wet, oily sheen, like a fish out of water. When the wind brushed it, the tendrils lit up, pulsed, and then settled back into the darkness. It's as if it's trying to communicate."
I stared at the description, feeling a chill that had nothing to do with the ambient temperature of the vault. The operative continued, his words gaining urgency.
"We're moving back. Do not approach. This thing, if you're hearing this, understand that we are not your captors. We are terrified. It's an organism that defies classification. We're calling it the twin-tailed creature, for lack of a better term. I repeat, keep away from it. Do not attempt to capture or study further."
The recorder clicked, a sudden cut to static, then the unmistakable sound of cracked twigs, a low growl that seemed to emanate from the earth itself. The voice returned, strained. The tape sputtered and fell silent. For a long moment I sat in the dim light of the vault, the weight of the reel in my hands, the echo of that final warning reverberating in my mind. The analog device that had captured this moment, its whirring gears, its ironclad tape, had been the only conduit through which this impossible creature had been introduced to any human conscience. My first instinct was to verify the data. I ran the coordinates encoded in the background hiss, latitude 46.2 degrees north, longitude 68.5 degrees west, through the department's GIS system. The point fell in a remote, heavily forested area near a region known for its dense canopies and thick understory of fallen leaves each autumn. No one had reported an incident there in the past 43 years. No cameras, no other recordings, nothing but the static of uncharted wilderness. I went home that night and pulled out a notebook from my desk drawer, the one I kept for field anomalies. I sketched a crude silhouette of what the operative had described. A low-lying, torpid mass of flesh concealed by a heap of leaves, two sinuous luminescent extensions arching above like the twin tails of an ancient myth. The sketch felt absurdly concrete, as if my hand had pulled something from the ether into ink. The next morning, the department called me into a briefing. A stern woman in a navy blazer stood at the front, her eyes hidden behind dark glasses. She laid the reel on a table and gestured to a screen. The tape was projected, the image a grainy black and white frame of a forest floor swathed in amber leaves. In the center of the frame, the creature's twin tendrils flickered, their phosphorescence reflected on the camera's night vision sensor as a soft, eerie blue. The footage was brief, less than a minute, but it was enough. She spoke in measured tones. Agents have recovered this top-secret recording from a decommissioned field unit. The entity captured is unlike any known species. Our intelligence suggests it may possess a form of bioelectromagnetic signaling, perhaps a primitive communication method. Its existence is a security concern. We cannot allow this to become public knowledge. The directive is clear: keep away from it. Any attempt to locate, study, or interact with the creature is to be considered a breach of protocol with ramifications. I felt a surge of conflicting emotions. On one hand, my scientific curiosity burned brighter than ever. On the other hand, the operative's words haunted me. We were not its captors. We were its terrified witnesses. This creature, whatever it truly was, had been hidden under a blanket of leaves, surviving perhaps for decades, unseen. Its twin tendrils were not just appendages, they were signals, a language we were not equipped to interpret. Later that night, I left the vault with the reel tucked into my bag, the humming of the security doors echoing behind me. I drove to the edge of the forest, the coordinates flashing on my GPS, the road narrowing as I entered the wilderness. The trees loomed, their canopies a tangled lattice that let through only slivers of waning sunlight. The ground was carpeted in the same tattered leaves described in the recording. I stopped at the edge of a small depression, the same one the operative had noted. The silence was thick, broken only by the occasional rustle of a squirrel or the distant call of an owl. My heart hammered, each beat a reminder of the warning etched in red ink: keep away from it. I knelt, scooping a handful of the leaf litter, feeling the cold, damp earth beneath my fingers. For a moment I thought I could hear a faint rhythmic thrum, perhaps my own pulse echoing against the forest's heartbeat. I was on the verge of reaching out, of unearthing whatever lay beneath, when a cold wind surged through the clearing, scattering leaves like ash. In that instant, the twin tendrils I imagined flickered in my mind's eye, illuminating the gloom with an otherworldly blue. And then, as if on cue, the tape in my bag clicked, a low-frequency hum resonating through the metal case. It was a reminder that some discoveries are not meant for human hands, that some mysteries are guarded not by the woods, but by our own fear and restraint. I folded my hands over the reel, slipped it back into its case, and stood. The forest seemed to breathe with me, the leaves whispering a warning older than any military directive. I walked away, the rustle of my steps a soft counterpoint to the unseen creature's silent vigil. The twin-tailed creature remains, I now know, hidden in a pile of leaves, its twin luminescent tails a beacon for those who would look too closely. My report, filed under Classified Anomalous Biological Entity, will sit behind layers of clearance, a footnote in the annals of unknown life.
No, stay back! Get away from me!
The warning remains simple, unambiguous, and terrifyingly effective. Do not approach. Keep away.